Hello and welcome back. I'm actually out on a little trail. It's Friday afternoon, well, late afternoon. I can hear the roar from the traffic on the old A30. Seems to be a lot of traffic, people heading down into Cornwall. But I'm moving away from that quite fast now, and I'm going to descend into a valley, and hopefully I'll lose a lot of that noise, even though we do have a really strong northerly cold wind. But I'll take you along with me, and we'll have a look what we can see along our journey. So I've been on this footpath before to a old castle in the woods, and I need to go back before the bracken really comes to life again and obscures any view in there. But I found an existing footpath that links to this one, which I can use to do a loop. So in the spirit of everything I do regarding footpaths, I tend to make up all my own little circuits, and that's the beauty of the footpath system that we got here in Great Britain. You know, anybody can use them, and you know, they are really underused and undervalued. I don't mind that because I'm usually treading them by myself, but I'm down at a little ford and I'll let you have a look. And we'll just walk down to the ford because I came here in the summer and it was really nice, but it's all muddy, wet, overcast and cold here now. It's still nice to look at, and the water is looking muddy there because we've just had a four-wheel drive go past us, but as you can see, it's a really nice river. But there's the bridge we're going to go across. Right, me and Bracken are going to make our way across this little bridge. It's not an old clapper bridge, it is actually a big concrete slab. But last time I was here in the summer, I did actually see fish in this very small stream, obviously trout. But we took the path up there that went off to the castle. And we only crossed over and turned around here. I'm actually going to now be following what is the footpath, and a majority of it from here on in is up this lane. I can see footprints and vehicle prints in the mud, so it is used. It's not, shall we say, remote enough not to actually see anybody. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this, exploring this little footpath. I've not done it before. Well, down here in the valley I've got a respite from that wind and the road traffic noise, which I'm glad of, because that was really in your ears. It was really annoying, to be honest with you. But I've got a mixture of commercial and native woodland here running up this track, and as you can see, it goes right up across this hill here. So me and Bracken are going to plod up there, and we'll see what's up there. By my shall we say, investigations with maps and everything, I should come to a small settlement. If I don't, I think my map reader, I need to go back and get some lessons in map reading. Well, me being me, there's a little path into the woodland. I'm not going to go far. I'm just going to have a little look here. It looks like it's an entrance to get vehicles into, but there are paths making their way off into the woodland. I don't really have time. It's actually, yet again, the wrong time of day for me to be out. But, you know, it's a late Friday afternoon and I just want to get out and do something. I can hear something banging away up there. I think it could be fencing, putting fence posts in. Well, you can see it's a bit of a bog fest on this footpath, but I've got no means to clean Bracken's feet before putting him in the car, so I'm hoping the return leg we get to have a bit of an opportunity to wash our feet off in that river and stream we just saw there further up, because my boots are covered, and Bracken, well, Jamie's going to kill me if I get that car in a big state. But anyway, we've got to climb this hill. I'll just climb up here. It's actually quite steep, but yeah, once we're up here, hopefully I should see a settlement. Well, we got navigationally lost there, and we're just actually heading what is on the footpath, but it's not actually marked. Yet again, it's one of those situations you have to kind of figure it out, and sometimes you end up asking people for help. But yeah, it's a shame when there isn't any signs, but you know, in some regards that is part of the fun of it. So I'm having a little bit of trouble navigating using the app actually. The wind is up because I'm gaining elevation there. You can see the moors possibly behind me. But yeah, this is where you can't beat a paper map and compass. I'm not 100% sure where I'm going. Well, I've got a rough idea, but it would be nice to know which side of the boundary hedge. I'm making an educated guess, but this still isn't feeling right. and how can I put it this way? I did actually ask for help earlier. That's all I'm going to say, when I ran into a couple people, but they were less than helpful, or less than willing to be helpful. And that's one thing you do encounter when you walk footpaths. You know, a lot of landowners will not want you, you know, to be on their land, but ultimately these tracks have been here in some cases 1,000 years, so you know, it's a case I've got every right to be here, and it only makes sense if they mark it, or not mark it, but you know, if somebody's struggling, just ask, you know, to help them, and they're off your property as quick as can be. But some people don't see it that way. It is nice being here though. This is good solid moorland ground, and I'm looking for a track now, and it's a case that I should what's that? There's a gateway down there. Like I said, part of the fun of this is actually finding it for yourself, you know, as in, you know, being out here doing it. But you can't help but think to yourself, you know, there must be some way of this being a little bit easier. But I've got to find a track, and I'm guessing this is it. Nearly tripped over then. Yes, this looks like a real old track down here. I would say this is probably many hundreds of years old. It would probably been used for drovers bringing their cattle off the high ground and back down into the lower pastures. Just being here, you can really sense the, you know, that feeling of age. This track and pathway would have realistically, you know, been a thoroughfare all those years ago, like I said, for farmers and traffic, and indeed commerce to come off and over onto the moors, making their way over to other parts of Cornwall. But you know, just walking down it now, you have to think about all those people and the footfall, you know, from all that traffic going down here. And now it's a deserted, you know, only walked by people like myself, just following you know, footpaths on maps, you know. And not many of us do it, to be honest with you. If I was to go into Wales or Scotland up onto the mountains, I'd be queuing at some of the trig points, And I walk places like this totally deserted to myself. So we're making our way down this track, and as I said, you can see this isn't used by vehicles. And I'll stand on this stone, and you can see this valley here. You got commercial woodland up there, but above that you go up onto the moors. You can't see it because we're in the lee, but yeah, I'm just loving the vibe of this old place here. You just really get that feeling. You can really feel it, can't you? Like if you was to close your mind and blink your eyes, you could imagine bumping into somebody that, you know, in old miner's clothes, or an old, you know, shepherd coming up here. But, you know, like I said, you know, not many people want to walk these sort of places. Right, we've just come to a big, like, cattle holding pen area. I've got to close the gate on this pathway here. Whoa, that's squeaky. And say goodbye to that old path. Well, it looks like we could join it here. Now I've got to check my map, because if memory serves me right, if I take you around here, you can start to see the high ground up there. I don't want to be going too far up on that if I can help it with fading light. And I've got a feeling this track does that, but I'm just going to check. Right, I believe I'm on the right track now, and this should be heading back in a loop to get to my car. But I do have light fading. So I hope I've got enough time to do this without getting, shall we say, too dark. We are going up, and it's looking like we're not too far from the moors. But in any case, we have a nice bit of woodland over there, and the views are opening up. Yet again, this is another extremely ancient track here. Like I say, this sort of track would be easily 300, 400, 500 years old, possibly more, but it's well used, as in you can see the water flow and the traffic have cut quite a path through here. But yeah, it's turning out to be a bit of a climb now. Just found the gateway at the end of this track, and it looks like we're up on the moors, but by my recollection, or by my thought process, we should only really have to skirt around following this track, then drop down onto a proper road. But we'll find out. Bracken's doing all right, actually, negotiating the terrain, and in fact he seems to be developing that sense. He knows where this path or tracks go to, so I'm beginning to have to direct him and pull him in to the direction I want to go. And there, when I said that, he just veered off and he's tangled my legs up. Come on, keep going. But yeah, he's getting a lot better for me to go off and do these kind of little mini expeditions with. So basically we're just following the boundary to the moor proper, which is above me. I'll possibly be hit by wind as I come around this corner, and I'm heading on to another track. I've got a big oak tree, I've just gone under there, a limb across the track, and yeah, the wind is really buffeting and hitting me here now. So I've got to make a decision here. I've got a bit of the track splits in two. I'll let you have a look. Up there or here, and I know I need to start going down, so I'm going to take this one. But it just shows you really do need to carry a paper map and compass. I've actually got no signal or nothing here, so you know, even in places in the world you'd consider not remote, you still need a paper map and compass. Weather conditions can sometimes really hit your signal. And I know we made the right choice, because I can see a yellow little arrow here, and you can see we started to gain some elevation. Quite simply, if you have a look, oh, I don't know what that is down in the field there, whether that is a prehistoric site or something. It looks like it's been left alone. I'll have to look on the map, but you can see here I've got to follow that yellow arrow, and boy, look at that woodland there. That is real, that's old native. There's a bit of beech, a lot of oak, and it doesn't look like it's managed. It just looks like it is as it, well, would have been or should be. I don't have time to go in there, if you can appreciate that. I really am losing light. And just over the top there, if you kept going, you could reach the heights of the moor. Well, boys and girls, you won't believe what I've just discovered, and I'm going to let you see it. I'm totally blown away. I didn't know I was going to run into this. I'm losing light, the weather's taking a turn, but oh boy, what a find. And I'll let you have a look. Absolutely, wow, I can't believe it I've just run into. And it's just picture book, storybook, what you could expect to find on a remote moorland hill. But I'll let you have a look. Well, I've just come around the corner and there's an old abandoned house, and I've got to go beside it, so on the footpath. I'm not trespassing, but boy, look at that. What a gorgeous place to live. Right, I'm on the footpath and I'm following it. I get down here, I've got to get under some branches that come down. But look at that woodland. But looking at that house, and with light fading light, this is all starting to get a bit eerie and creepy. If you are of that persuasion, you know, but look at it. Look at it. What a find. Right then guys, this is no secret. I mean, it's on a footpath. Like I said, not many people would be walking this path, as you can see by the condition. But oh boy, it doesn't look in too bad a condition. Look at it. It's obviously boarded up. It's got a padlock on the door. But let's, there's a gate. You know, look at it. Oh boy, this would be a stunning place to live. That's obviously like would have been an outhouse there. I'm going to have a very quick look. I'm not going to encroach too much, and also I'm aware of the time. Look at this. Hey, that's solar. There's a padlock on the door. This is quite strange. Got a bit of a eerie feeling about this, but I've got a suspicion what this may be used for. Somebody's put something there. There's some old lamps there, if you can see that. Padlock on the door. Like I said, I'm not going to encroach too much. I'm going to get out of here, up these old steps. But it's not as abandoned as what I possibly think it is. Right, I'm leaving this behind me. I'm sorry about the wind noise, but it's absolutely blowing a gale up here. As you can see, we're actually looking down the valley and across into the less shall I say higher ground, but I can see traffic on the A30. But I do need to make a move, so we've got to go to that gate up there with the red sign on it. Well, just doing a gateway there, Bracken pulled me as I had my finger on the latch and the gate wasn't supported by the hinges, and I had the actual mechanism come down with the full weight of the gate on my thumb, or the in-between webbed bit. Boy, that bloody hurt, I can tell you that. I do know I've got to go through this woodland. I know where I am, and I know the footpath I'm about to pick up. It's one, like I said, I used when I had a look at an old you know, castle, or the remains of a castle in the summer. But boy, that find, that actual house, you know, I've got a sneaking suspicion that I might know who uses it, but I'm not going to say. You know, I could be totally wrong, but for me to suggest, you know, would be inappropriate. But in any case, it does look creepy there, doesn't it, that house. And on top of it, there is signs that people are using it, not to live in, but it's a temporary rest over. But anyway, you know, I've got to get through these woods. It's starting to get dark now. And I'm following tracks now. A little bit of guesswork because I've got no signal at all. I shan't ever be relying on a phone again. You know, even in an area, I do know where I'm going now, but it still doesn't detract from the fact you could get caught out easy. And I'm just grateful I haven't chosen to take the paths up on the moors right out over there with light fading like this, because I still have about 3 miles to get to the car. So I've got to make a bit of a shimmy, you know, and I've got to actually find that entrance. I can see tracks down here, and Bracken's pulling hard. Like I said, once he sees a track and knows there's a track, he will pull hard. And I'm hoping this is the right way, but it's going to be around here somewhere. You can see where we are now, and you can see how high it is, and that's only the hedge line before you get on the moor. I'm panting a bit now because I'm going downhill, and he's pulling hard. He wants to get out of here, I think. Detects a few bad vibes, I think, with the light going. Now I've got to get across here. It looks shallow enough to do with my boots, but and as if by magic through the trees there is actually a small bridge. Thank God for that, because I think it would possibly have been just over my boots. But yeah, we've got to go back around here, along there, and get on that bridge. Right, let's do this. I'm getting to the point I want to get out of here now before it gets dark. I'm not sure for the video value on this with it being so dark now, but he's pulling hard here now. Right, looks like I'm gonna have to help him over here. So yeah, this isn't going to be as straightforward as I thought. But anyway, I'm going to get over this bridge. You can see where I'm going and into that woodland. Right, we've got over there. Come on, Bracken, let's go. Whoa, look at those tree roots. Right, down here, another sty. Yeah, I'm sorry about the quality, I'm losing all light here now. And we've got to get up over there, so I've got to help him. Well, there's the wind has really picked up. You can see we've just come out of that wood line there. And the moors are behind us. Bracken was having none of it. He really wanted to get out of there fast. It was like he could really feel some bad vibes. I haven't seen him act like that before. It was like he was totally spooked. I'm not going to make anything more of that, but yeah, he was definitely uncomfortable there. And now we're in the open field here. He's kind of calmed down. I'm guessing he can sense that, you know, we're on the return leg as well. But yeah, and obviously we're out in the open, there's more, you know, there's more light. You can see there it's getting gloomy, and you can see the ridge line of the moor running along there, and you can go out further over to even higher ground. But boy, what a find, that house. And just down in there, there's that castle we went to see, and there's a lot of other like archaeological sites in around here. But yeah, I really do have to make tracks and get back to the car. So I'm not going to have no light, so I'm going to have to call this a conclusion to this. You can see I've had to work hard with him pulling to get away from that dark woodland. But yeah, this is Andy from Hidden Valley Footpaths. I hope you've seen a late Friday little expedition with me and enjoyed coming along. I wish I wasn't out of breath, but hey, that's the nature of not being as fit as you used to be. But all the best, take care, and I hope to catch you again out on the paths.